Good evening, friends. Tonight's letter came to us from a man who recently moved into a rented house in a small town. He claims something deeply unsettling started happening after he found a hidden diary under the floorboards. He's asking for advice, and maybe, just maybe, one of you has seen something like this before. Let's listen. Hi. I don't usually write to shows like yours, but I need to get this off my chest. I moved into this house about 6 weeks ago. It's old, built sometime in the 1920s. The rent was cheap, the neighborhood quiet. It seemed perfect. A week after moving in, I noticed a loose floorboard in the corner of the bedroom. Out of pure curiosity, I pried it up. Underneath was a small tin box. Inside, an old, leather-bound journal, dusty and cracked with age. The first page was dated 1954. There was no name, just the year and a line. I don't know how much longer I have left. I thought it was fascinating, a glimpse into someone's past. I started reading a few pages every night before bed. At first, the journal was just sad. The writer talked about being sick, about feeling watched at night, about hearing footsteps in the hallway when he lived alone. I brushed it off as paranoia. Old houses creak. Sick people imagine things. But during the second week, things started happening in my house. I'd hear footsteps in the hallway around 2 or 3 a.m. Slow, uneven, as if someone was dragging one foot. The first few nights, I assumed it was the house settling, but then one night, the footsteps stopped right outside my bedroom door. I waited for a knock or for the door to open. Nothing, just silence so heavy it felt solid. The next morning, I checked the hallway. The floorboards were dusty except for one thing, a clear trail, like someone had dragged their fingertips across the wood. That same night, I read a new entry in the journal. I heard him again, the one who stands outside my door. He scratches the floor when he wants me to know he's there. My stomach turned. I closed the journal and pushed it under the bed, telling myself I was being dramatic. But that didn't help, because that night, around 3 a.m., I woke up to the sound of wood scratching. From under my bed, I froze. I didn't dare move. The scratching was slow, deliberate, almost curious. When I finally turned on the lamp, it stopped instantly. Not faded, not slowed, just stopped. I started noticing patterns. Little ones at first. Every night around 2:44 a.m., I'd wake up. No dreams, no sound, just sudden awareness. Then I'd hear footsteps, just one or two. Faint, but always the same. At first, I thought it was the neighbors, but they were out of town. I began writing down everything, both what I heard and what I read in the diary. That's when things began to blend. I read an entry that described a girl's dream. She saw a black shape standing by her bed. That same night, I woke up to find my closet door wide open. I always keep it shut. I tried to laugh it off. Sleepwalking, wind, but it kept happening. The line between his memories and mine blurred. I started recognizing people from the diary, a woman at the store, a man on the bus. I even greeted one instinctively. She looked at me like I was crazy. I couldn't stop reading. I needed to know what was happening. But the more I read, the more I lost sense of time, of space. I forgot to eat. I didn't shower. I skipped work. The diary was all I had. Then I read the final entry. If someone finds this, I'm sorry. I think it chose you too. I slammed it shut, but it was too late. That night, I didn't wake up at 2:44. I woke up at 3:03 to see writing on my wall, the same handwriting as the diary. I moved out, burned the journal, but I don't think it helped. The shadows are still there. I don't know if I've gone insane. I don't know if I ever even existed before this. Maybe I just lived someone else's story. But if any of you have ever found a journal that made you feel like this, please write in. Damn. That was something. You know, I've heard a lot of stories on this show, but this one really got under my skin. I don't know what to say. Maybe the diary was cursed. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Or maybe some memories are just too strong to die. If you've ever come across something like this, a journal, a book, anything, let us know. Because maybe, just maybe, someone else needs to know too.